All right. Wait, so what was your question, man? Main suspect in whom and what? There's been a lot of this happened over the past 2 days.
Oh, like what's going on with the psychiatrist? Someone died recently.
Oh, Siren
Siren,
Gray.
yeah, Siren Gray.
Fucking Christ.
Real fucking unfortunate timing on that one. So it happened at the psych facility on Mutiny Road. There was a knife on scene which had DNA evidence, which lines up with the person that she was last having a session with, I believe. We don't have the actual like official records yet of her like sessions, but from what I can tell from her phone subpoena and what she told Gray, who told me, is that her last session was with Helen Highwater, and that is whose DNA is on the knife. So that's our main suspect.
Pixie Tarantino also confirmed the saying that there was a meeting to enforce a psychiatric hold on Helen, but didn't know when that meeting was going to be. Tori's.
Wait, Helen Highwater?
Yes, the former BCSO deputy.
Oh, fuck.
Tori Slaughter is currently in charge of writing the subpoena for Helen. I will catch up with her.
This isn't meant to be tea. This is just in case it has any investigative value.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm only going to say this in case it's got investigative value. Saren was a big supporter of Helen. She stood right here after alongside Pixie here, as well as Frost, who was sitting on this where Riker is, and I was standing right here as I was explaining to them that after Helen had placed some really cooked charges on the sheriff, and just processed him just out in the open, and how the means by which she processed was illegal, and brought a judge down to help explain it all. She lost her mind and crashed out. And as we were standing here discussing what to do with Helen's employment, she grabbed a vehicle and drove it right into the lobby of BCSO, nearly taking out the deputy mayor and another member of the cabinet, Mr. Harvey at the time. And Saren stood here and said, Helen, I was like, hey, you know, Helen's got access to the one place where Chatterbox is, someone charged with multiple murders and serial assaults and killings. And I said, we need to gain access to that house. She is no longer employed, and Chatterbox is under our control. And Saren stood here and said, I don't think there's anything wrong with Helen. Have you tried talking to her? Now, I'm not trying to say that, you know, she had it coming, but like, you know, I told her so, but I figured just in case any of that comes up, you know.
Yeah, no, from what I can
Helen
tell from the phone subpoena,
do it, that's kind of crazy.
From what I can tell from the phone subpoena, they had a kind of nice, like, therapist to patient relationship. Like, from the text, it seems like Siren treated her very politely, was patient with her. It doesn't seem like there was any animosity on the
I'll say she had it coming.
Text. So I don't know if maybe Helen snapped or something in those last moments, maybe when she was trying to put her on that hold.
The 911.
Oh.
The 911 stated that there was a woman who left the building covered in blood and looking delirious or out of it.
I think it said woman. I saw that you said woman in your statement. It just said person.
Oh, it just said person? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just can't believe Helen would do something like this. I mean, that's so...
It was a surprise for me as well. There was a second knife. We conducted a search warrant Signed by Pixie is consensual. We went through. There was nothing in the building except for in one of the bedrooms. There was a knife that Ventura found on the top of like a cupboard. I ran the DNA on that. There was a fingerprint, but no match. That reminds me. Now looking at my undersheriff notes. What's his name? Sawyer Serif or whatever. Siren's ex-husband. He wishes to speak to you, May, if he sent me a text.
Okay, that's fine. You can give him my number.
Just so surprising that someone that lost their shit multiple times would do something like this.
Why is that surprising?
I think
Sorry,
he's
I'm being really
sarcastic. Yeah,
sarcastic.
that was sarcasm.
I'm just like, okay, look, I'm gonna be honest here. I knew Alan was fucking crazy like 6 months ago. Like, holy fuck. She'll be like chill 1 minute, and then the next minute she's like fucking losing her shit. Close this door.
You know what? I should have seen this coming when she was breaking uniform SOP by wearing a skirt.
Oh my god.
Gateway crime.
She held PNT over her head.
I believe she would wear a skirt. Saying everybody who breaks uniform standards is gonna murder someone?
No, I'm just kidding. Because
Damn it, because I would be right. I hate it when people don't follow uniform standards.
To be fair, her threat, I remember at the time was like it was brought up. It might have been separate to what she said to you, Mae, but she told us like she started threatening not wanting to do PNT anymore over.
I don't think this is relevant.
I knew that she was very close with Tessa and the clowns, and there had been a whole load of like after she left the BCSO, she got a whole bunch of 911s and everything. Like
Feels like
a
a
lot of
poo-poo
the
session.
time, just calling in help for crazy shit that they were doing and stuff that was going on. So
Hello.
I'm not
Howdy, Vale.
surprised that like her ending up with the clowns is like I'm not surprised that that's where she ended up with that group.
Hope you're feeling better there, Bill.
You okay, Vale?
I held my guts in yesterday.
Oh, good. Wouldn't want to lose those.
Yeah.
Can I have those?
Yeah,
Hello?
Yeah, I got ran over by a cop. 2 days in a row.
To be fair, what was her name? Her name's escaping me. The one who ran you over yesterday was very remorseful and stayed by the ICU. She felt terrible.
Oh, she did stop.
Was it
And
yesterday?
she was so taken aback that she stopped when she saw me running over the road because she didn't want it to happen again.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, she did stop. I don't know.
What's her name? It's like Deacon?
Huh?
Wait, I can't put anything in your tip jar. What the hell?
I don't accept tips.
I
Oh.
think it might be full.
She sounds like she's from Australia, has reddish brown hair braided.
LSPD or BCSO?
LSPD.
Oh, I don't know then.
I know who you're talking about. I forget her name. It's on the tip of my tongue. Renee.
Renee, yeah.
This sorry, just circling back to this DOA. Was there blood on the knife?
No.
The door?
No.
The second knife?
What was
No,
the
the
first
first
one?
one. The
No.
issue is blood on
There
blood on
wasn't on the
melee
first one,
weapons
but
runs off so fucking fast. It's actually unreal.
I also, like I said, there's also the circumstance that I put it into the evidence locker and then took it out of the evidence locker to check if there's blood. So I don't know if the evidence guy might have cleaned some blood off. I'm not sure if he does that when he logs in evidence. He might not, but he might too. I'm just unaware, you know?
I'm unsure of that, but what I do know is that using a melee weapon on someone, not only does it not show when you use a knife on somebody, the blood that ends up on the knife is not the person you've stabbed, it's your own. And
What?
it runs off within 30 minutes.
What?
Yes.
What?
Wait, how are you checking the blood on you? I'm aware of how to check if there's blood on the knife. How are you checking the blood itself?
How are you running the blood?
Okay, so like Ventura, permission to hit you with a nightstick.
Huh? With
Can I hit you
Riker.
with my nightstick? All right, Riker, can I hit you with my nightstick?
Fuck on the lowest rank here. Yeah, all right.
I'm dosed up on painkillers. You can hit me.
Come here.
No. I need you tonight, Bill.
What?
I'm so sorry, Riker.
I got a
It's just
prescription.
Tonight's gonna be
Oh,
pretty.
well, never, I'm so sorry, Riker, that I
low-hanging
didn't
fruit.
even
He's
leave
not
any blood
bleeding.
on my.
He's not
I
bleeding.
did not even leave it. That was useless.
Oh,
I'll
stab
make
him.
him bleed.
No.
It was in me and Stevie's DNA. Hang on, let me find it.
Do you put it in the DNA analyzer to get it?
No, there's two machines, right?
Eh?
Yeah, we have the DNA analyzer, which can check for any fingerprints. And then we have the other machine, which you can check for weapons serial or blood on the weapon.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that thing that no one ever uses 99.99999%
Hang
of the
on.
time, since
I'm
it's usually
gonna
not
go
relevant.
check the machine. One second.
Yeah. Well, I ran the second knife as well. There was a fresh fingerprint on it, so we know it was touched within the last 2 hours. With the DNA or fingerprints I did not match anything we had on record that I could find. I even searched a couple of people individually who might have access to the building or so on and so forth who should have their DNA on record. Didn't match any of them. And then I checked it for blood and couldn't find any blood on the actual blade.
Well, while we're waiting for Maeve, heads up, people are getting sued right now for not giving their subpoena requests in. Like
Yeah,
ones on
sorry.
delayed notice, etc., etc. Now, with that having been said, just to give you some context, Vale served a warrant, gave the results to Sean McQuillan. Sean McQuillan then is like, wait, I've never received this before. Then Bailey went and reviewed the times he was subpoenaed. It turned out to be 6 times McQuillan
Nice.
was subpoenaed, but did not receive the results. Bailey then called me and was like, hey, what should I do here, Knight? Should I go sue him for all this? And I'm like, listen, dog, like, probably there should be a solution across the board so this doesn't happen. I don't know if it's going to be constructive to just go like sue everyone. And then it became clear at the end of the conversation, he was just looking for a way to like be like, Sassum told me to go and subpoena everyone, right?
Mhm.
This became apparent when he went and posted on the docket. And then when I went to go speak to the hounds about a separate matter, Bailey made the cheeky and comment of, Knight, make sure you get all these people to send their subpoenas in. To which I said, that's not my job, pussy. And I said some other shit to him. 'cause I
Have you
think he
looked
did
at the
some snake
docket?
shit. I have.
Yeah, they
But-
posted evidence of them actually receiving the subpoenas. Like, Sean had been informed by Anita. They posted that evidence and still tried to sue.
Very good.
Yeah, BCSO got dismissed.
The vibe I got was, and this is a precaution, right? Is that I think Bailey's looking for something to do.
Mhm.
And I think this is just the beginning. I spoke to Viv this morning. She's going to communicate this to Rhodes. Internally to SASM, I'm going to get a policy out such that every single subpoena we write in the title will be the delivery date. So it will be like, X date. If it's a 20-day delayed notice, it will have that like, receipt date. And our internal administrators and command will just take a look at it. If the tag says sent, it's good. If it's not sent, our administrators, etc., will handle it. Once we get it in place, I'll show you how we're doing it, because honestly, I think that's the best way. Having independent people keep track of shit, it's gonna get us all fucked in the ass in the future.
Do you do the way I was taught and the way I've been teaching everybody else to do it is when I do a delivery, not only do I text them the delivery, but also I will send them a document, a contract with my signature on it, so it has a dated time in which it was sent.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, my big goal here is like I want to take the pressure off the shoulders of the few people that do all the subpoena raid work, and just consolidate that into making it one or two people's responsibility. It's too much. Like some of these people, they're like heads down, right? 20 days later, they have to send something. They're not going to remember. We need a very easy way to audit that.
Does the SASM have any knowledge of car bombs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you able to get in contact with Doc? I don't know if Lex is fully in on it, but definitely Doc.
There's been a series of car bombs over the last like 9 months. We currently do not have the tools for it. In past, we used to have a tool with a mirror underneath that would allow us to not only detect, but then subsequently diffuse. As of right now, we do not have the equipment. It has been requested. I'm still hearing back on it alongside some other things.
Oh, I got car bombed like 4 days ago.
Was it so there's two types of car bombs I'm aware of, and they do exist. I've seen them used. One is a car bomb that is triggered by a phone number. A separate car bomb that is triggered upon passing 60 miles an hour. If after you hit 60 miles an hour roughly, you start to hear a beep coming from the vehicle, you need to maintain whatever speed plus 20 miles an hour. So let's say it starts beeping at 60, you need to maintain 60, 70, like 80 miles an hour and maintain that until the beeping subsides.
I don't know what speed I was going, but I did hear beeping and then boom.
So if that's the case, then what you want to do is try to make your way to a highway, like the outside highway, Great Ocean, Los Santos Freeway, and just keep doing a loop for as long as those beeps go on.
Your car, Rosner, where it was blown up, was at the parking, like
Yeah.
right where you pull out your car. So you must have maybe like come to a stop, or you was just taking off.
I was coming to a stop. Yeah, I was coming from the car wash.
Pretty much when they set those bombs, they'll be setting like a, like blow up after like under 50 miles an hour. So the moment it initiates, the moment the car goes, below 50, it will explode. But there's also like a limited time, 10 minute, 15 minutes set by whoever plants it. Wait, was that yesterday?
No, it was, well, I want to say Tuesday.
Oh,
Tuesday or
okay.
Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the report now. Doc, the one who created the report?
Not sure.
Here's my. No, does it have report? No. But they have suspects on who might have done it, and therefore might have, I guess, suspects on who might have supplied it. I'm obviously staying away from the whole thing.
Understandable. If you want my guess, I think it's Alfonso, the bomb maker, Sebastian.
With a name like that, that would make sense.
We're currently at war with New Babylon. I was in an aerial battle last night. That fucking son of a bitch has been making bombs for some time. I don't even think he hides it anymore.
What do you think? Oh, okay. I have a. This is separate. We can circle back to the car bomb thing, but yesterday when MRPD got bombed, I wrote up a phone subpoena for the person we caught, Eli Lam, and I posted like in the phone subpoena, I put like the reason we are subpoenaing his phone, why we believe there'll be evidence on the phone, and I put in the statement like in the steps in which we caught him. Like we never lost eyes from PD to when we caught him, even when he was rescued out of custody by Sneaky. And I put in the interrogations like of where Eli claims he got the bomb from Chatterbox, and the interrogation with Ember where she states that Eli got it from the Faceless. So I put in those two interrogations, and then the judge, Falconer, he denied it because the delayed notice was wrong, but two, he said he wanted an expansion on Nate Karama's link because he knows from previous experience that Nate has had ties with the Faceless.
Yeah. He said if you're going to include the Faceless thing, he
But
knows
that's
from
not-
previous experience that Nick Mar has it, but if you're including that link, then expand on it so another judge will be like, okay, I see there is a connection between the clowns and
But this
Faceless.
is not about Sneaky.
No, I think he's including Nick Mara as a member of the clowns and therefore a link for the clowns to the Faceless. Which, if you're not making that link, then you obviously don't. Include it.
Ongoing investigation, Smile.
I will tell you right now that there is no link between the Faceless and what happened yesterday.
Yeah, I don't believe there is either, but because Ember stated, oh, he got it from the Faceless, and Nate was also part of the scene because it was a clown scene, Falconer wanted me to
So
expand
Nate was outside
that...
MRPD. He was watching from across the street.
Nate,
Sneaky.
just for context here for everyone, as of right now, as far as I'm concerned, Nate has been rather forthcoming throughout his interrogations, etc., when he was involved with Faceless related things, to the extent that he quite literally said he did X, Y, and Z, met with A, B, and C, gave us access to things that most people don't give us access to. He, in his own words, has stated he no longer does anything with them. And every single incident that we have worked regarding the Faceless since his initial arrest about 2 months ago, he has not once shown up on scene on it. There is nothing tying Nate to Faceless and these bombs like at all in the last 2 months.
Yeah. I just think if I don't believe this has anything to do with Nate and the Faceless, why would I include that? Why would I just assume, like, I don't have any link other than the fact that, yeah, he has previously been caught with a Faceless. I don't believe this was a Faceless scene. I feel like I'm being told to expand on something that I don't want to expand on.
Can you show me where this was posted?
No, it was a phone call to me. He mentioned the main
Rosner.
reason for the denial was the 20-day delayed notice. There was no
that I
PC
fixed because
for
I actually didn't get any notice.
and he had to deny it on that grounds, especially because it was so long. Specifically because these people had committed terrorism. They were aware that they had committed terrorism, therefore they would be aware that they would be investigated for said terrorism.
That's been fixed. I didn't need any delayed notice.
Yeah, I think that was the reason for the denial. He mentioned the Nick Kamara faceless thing kind of as an offhand thing.
Oh, hang on. Viv's actually calling me. Hey, Viv. No, it's okay.
Bloody hell, everyone's gonna call.
Mhm.
Hello. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I can put one up. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. I'll get one written up for Sneaky. Are you writing up a statement of probable cause for the? Sorry, not statement of probable cause. A summary of the charges for the plea deals. Okay. No, I haven't heard anything yet. Yeah. Yeah, I will I'll call you if I get any notification from them being awake. All right. All right, no worries. Bye-bye. So Sneaky, we caught him yesterday as he drove a car into the triage where we had Eli, who was dressed up as Kirk. He grabbed him, put him in the car because he was in cuffs, and then we followed that car. He eventually bled out inside of his car and it just came to a stop. We had both of them in custody. But what Sneaky was wearing is the exact same outfit as what is in the photo of the suspects and bomb inside MRPD. Vale, are you saying something?
Yeah, which one is he in this photo?
He's the one in the photo suspects plus bomb. He's the one on the left in the red pants, white shoes, black shirt.
That's okay. It might be not that person. Then I might be confusing because there was a guy in like a king mask and like a white
That's
like a
usually
white
what
puffer
he
jacket.
wears.
Well, he
But
was standing outside Mission Row. Okay, he was standing outside Mission Row when the bomb went off wearing that.
Yeah. So what we are thinking may have happened is
May I give further context, Maeve? Because
Yeah.
this may
Yeah.
help with what you're about to say. So I just put this in my statement. Vale is correct. As soon as he was quite literally just sat there watching when whom I assume is Eli Lum in a fat man suit or something. I don't know who the fat guy was in there with
that's Eli dressed as Kirk.
Oh, okay, perfect. Him and Hazel were in there. The statement was made by Eli and Hazel that it was Ember that had planted it, and they didn't know how to defuse it. They said that there was only 15 minutes left. They had the hostage. I then went outside to go and help scene control, and that's when I noticed Sneaky sitting on the ground. Then the chase began, right? Now, note that I stayed behind to continue looking around the area because I don't remember what the reason was, but I saw Tessa's car outside of one of the big towers. I went up the tower and there was Chatterbox, Tessa Lamb, and another clown with video cameras. By that alone, it's and with the with with fucking Nate outside, these guys all. It almost seems like they told them to go do this shit, and the orders came from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
So, Eli's interrogation, he stated that Chatterbox gave him the bomb, and that this was his initiation into the council, and that he had to cause chaos on a group. So he went through his options, and he didn't want to bomb any of the gangs because he didn't want to cause any animosity or like bomb his friends or whatever. So he chose the group of the police department.
Valid.
But he also states in his interrogation that Ember planted the bomb and then ran away, and then he didn't know what to do with the bomb.
Did anyone capture my 311s from yesterday about Chatterbox and the phone call he gave me?
I don't know. Is it in the evidence?
Oh no, I'm gonna have to request it. This is gonna be shitty, but I was dealing with so many other things. We were dealing with fucking archivist when the bomb went off, and then fucking this thing, and then that thing. I had 311. Some Chatterbox called me and goes, Brian, planted the bomb, and I 311'd it for those on the pursuit. I'm gonna be 100. I'm completely blanked on whatever the fuck Chatterbox
Okay.
just in case it's relevant.
Yeah, I don't think those are in evidence. Honestly, it was a bit of a shit show because me, Viv, and Dark are all people that aren't usually around that late. And we were the ones that were left to deal with like processing, and Dark had to go to sleep, and we couldn't get any like info from him. Me and Viv had to do all the interrogations like one after the other.
We also had all the people questioning why they had to break off a fucking S boost.
Yeah, I need you to talk to Toby about that, Riker.
Yep.
Well, I don't think it was Toby that made that comment though.
He made a comment that was like, so why are we breaking off? And then Viv was like, because it's a fucking bomb. And he goes,
oh,
okay.
that was him.
I remember that. I remember that.
I think
he was like, where's the current target? And then someone said, oh, we're looking. And he was like, so why did I have to break off the boost? And then Viv was like, because we need you to go and fucking look for people. No, it wasn't Voss.
Voss was, I think, part of the original scene. He helped chase to Alto Apartments, and then I think as soon as they got him in custody, Eli, I think he went back to the S boost because it wasn't ever called a 78, and for some reason they didn't break off on the 13 Alpha. So then I had to call for them to break off the S boost. And then because we weren't currently chasing any moving target, we were like, okay, so we're kind of code 4 at the moment. We are just, there's some people outstanding. I needed to air one over the altar scene. I couldn't get those words out on radio because everyone was talking. But Toby said, okay, so why are we breaking off? Because I think he didn't understand it was a 78, or he assumed that there was something we needed air one to be chasing, but we just needed him for like scene control to be overhead.
I'm gonna give you something to pick at and understand that I don't have much more to give. I saw the clowns, specifically these ones outside of Alta Street Apartments about 2 hours prior to this situation. Chatterbox is my son. I like to fuck with him sometimes. And I saw him out there and I was just fucking with him. I saw Mickey Sinclair overhead in a cargo bob. Now you might be like, well, why am I bringing that up? Mickey Sinclair has been tied, we suspect, to have been giving the clowns, I don't know, like missions, objectives, to what end? I don't know. Tying back all the way back to what you may recall back in January, where there was a house break-in, AK-47s over in Vinewood. Do you know what I'm talking about, Bill? Or Bill, sorry, Maeve?
The cocaine party?
No, not the further north. It was just south of Observatory. There's a. You might be able to look up the keyword. What the fuck is a company called? It's like Nex. It's not Nexus. It's like it starts with an N.
Nest.
No. N.
I'm not sure then.
We not have a business directory or a list of all businesses we can search?
You would think so.
It wouldn't be in that. This is like a. The reason I'm pointing it out is I think that is the direction worth looking toward, though you're likely to find very sparse information in regards to it because these particular incidents are like a once a month thing. Y'all can keep talking. I'm gonna look this up. I'll find you what it is.
Do we know when Tori's gonna be around today?
Should be around possibly later. I know that she doesn't have any extracurricular stuff for this whole week, so she can be around every day. Hey Shady, how's it going?
When Sneaky is around, I'm gonna be posting. Well, I'm gonna be trying to talk to him, see if he wants to go for a plea deal. If not, I'll be posting bail for him, and then posting on the docket for his charges. So I'm just waiting for him to be around. Then Viv is taking care of Yappy's charges and docket and plea deal. Putting a warrant out for Hazel. I need my Eli Lum phone subpoena signed.
What's the number, or do you need a judge?
Riker re-signed earlier after I took out the delayed notice thing. I didn't add anything else about Sneaky other than like what was already in there because it's not relevant. I'm not adding stuff because a judge said, "Oh, I know this." I'm leaving it to what's relevant to this incident.
Yep. Valid.
So that's been re-signed. I'm waiting for him to come around or call me. And then the siren thing, I just need Tori to get a subpoena on Helen. I don't like. What do we? I'm unsure really what to do if we see Helen around. I forgot she's my fucking neighbor.
Nothing.
Take her house.
I want that house. I would do nothing at this point. Don't tip her off that we have her as a suspect.
She tried calling. This is really weird, but she tried calling Siren while Gray was like visiting her as she was dead in the ICU. And Gray looked at her phone and saw that it was Helen calling. Saya tried to call Helen back and she didn't pick up. So I don't know if Helen thinks that she is alive.
Take this with the tiniest grain of salt. Because, I mean, all the evidence seems to point towards Helen. The knife was unseen. They were meant to be meeting.
Oh, yeah.
She died from a knife wound to the neck.
Yeah.
So I can say with almost beyond a reasonable doubt, or at least in a court of law, if we went to where David did. it seems that it is very obvious that it is Helen. But we did find that other knife with DNA on it hidden, or up in the rafters, I guess.
Yeah.
There is a very, very small, unlikely scenario where Helen might not have actually committed it and somebody else in this same job. Sawyer's vehicle is on scene. And we know that Siren was involved in the death of Sawyer's wife just a few days ago.
That's not circumstantial evidence. I'm sorry. A knife on scene with fingerprints that come back to somebody who was meant to be
Tori
meeting.
wrote the phone subpoena for Helen, and somebody needs to look through it and get back to her.
Is it yeah, I don't think it was finished. She was gonna call. I told her not to lock it down. Contact me when she's done with it.
Lock what down?
The report.
The
Yeah,
subpoena?
yeah. Do not lock it down. Tell me when she's done with it. I will look through with it and then give her advice. Because if you lock it down and then unlock it, changes aren't saved.
Yeah, in her conclusion bit, she needs to fix range of when. I mean, to be fair,
Probably also needs to add some evidence supporting what she's saying, right?
Yeah,
She's kind of saying like
she's
kind of saying like we have this evidence, but she's not showing it.
Yeah. Hey man, this is her first of a subpoena.
Yeah.
What's her first one?
Yep, she's interested in doing detective work, but is, unsure how to do it. Detective work's like the only thing she hasn't done. She's done pretty much everything else within a PD department.
Okay.
Can we figure out some clarity on this whole suing the person versus the department thing?
Did you see my text about that, Rosner?
No, where? Wait.
So.
Oh, Bobby Milner one. Oh yeah, no, I'm already looking at it, and this is why I was talking in the meeting with the few of you about clarification on, because Samantha Sanders going crazy on the docket, but doesn't have a bar license. She's now representing Mary Mushkin, despite not having a bar license, on Mary Mushkin's gang-related shooting charge, and now posting more on the docket. She's going for the full, you remove my bar license, but I don't care because I can't read type attitude. Self-representing is a thing, that's fine. But I don't know what the rules. I'm checking legislation, and I can't find anything in there regarding like who can post on the docket or who can put up docket postings. Obviously, anyone actually can. It doesn't matter whether you ever had a bar license or not, or have a felony. You can just post on the docket, but I don't know if there's legal restrictions on that. But I mean,
so what's happening? I'm sorry. Wait,
Samantha
is this all because of the
Sanders-
raids y'all did, or am I?
No,
tripping?
no, this is different. Samantha Sanders, she fled from detainment after she was taken hostage for a jewelry store, and Bobby was asking to search her for any like proceeds from the jewelry store. She ran away from him, basically resisted detainment. Now she's suing Bobby instead of suing the BCSO and LSPD.
You can. So here, I'll give you
For $3 million too.
So the thing is, technically, you can sue anybody. In fact, we can start suing people that piss us off after they shoot us. So if you want, you can sue her for getting shot. Just as, so the reason I'm using that as an example is she has the right to sue Bobby. Nothing can really stop that.
mm-hmm.
The thing is that she would have to argue that suing him, you pretty much have to remove the qualified immunity. That he personally was acting like in gross negligence, rather than it being a collective of law enforcement. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, he acted according to SOPs. He detained her, said that he needed to search her. Like, I've read the report, and even the docket posting, in her own words, he's acted in SOPs. Like, she didn't state that, but she's put out the motion. she was the hostage. He asked to search her. She said no. He said he had to search her because he needed to look for proceeds of the crime and that she was detained. She refused to be detained. She then
at a
left.
jewelry store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, have mercy.
She
And then
said to him, "You can't search me. You're gonna have to arrest me."
And then she fled and got tased. So now she's suing for excessive use. My issue is she's not bar certified. She lost her bar license because she keeps committing and still is committing felonies. What is the classification for who can post a docket posting? Not so much posting on the docket, but actually posting a charged criminal or civil on the docket.
She's putting it on the docket as herself, right?
Yes.
That's completely fine. She just can't represent someone else.
Okay. Well, I still need to get it dismissed from the Mary Mushkin case then. Speak to Aaron about that.
There's no way that she should be able to represent someone else without a bar license.
Yeah.
In fact, I would argue that should later prevent her from getting her bar license again if she's pulling shit like that.
Oh, I don't think she cares. She'll, if we dismiss her from this, she'll probably then argue that there's nothing stopping her from representing someone. She should just receive a charge.
I'm more pointing out like there's bar standards, right? So if you're doing things that you should know can't be done when you were previously bar certified, that should delay your recertification.
Yeah, I don't think she's seeking recertification. She's just going to keep doing it wrong and then looking for the reason or the law that states that she cannot do what she's doing. Right, sorry. I know we have interviews in about 15 minutes, so to quickly get back on track in regards to the BCSO detective meeting. So we got the murder of Camilla that Montez is viewing. We're on the Siren Gray MRPD. We've gone through trade days, which is actually good that you two are here. We still doing UC ops for information gathering on that, and also I got a Babylari for you.
I would like to do a few more to see if there's anything different from the last time we went. Issue is we missed Tuesday's one, and
There's one today.
We're currently missing today's one. I think it might be on right now. I think a few more. Like
it's in an hour.
It's in an hour. We might be able to do one today. Thing is, now I have like a shit ton of cases. So,
in that matter, and I know Marshall's you looked into this as well. Let's mention this to Vindora. Are you wanting us, or would you be okay with us pursuing further de-escalation techniques with the Babylonians in order to try and remove so much suspicion they have of outsiders? Because at this point, they'll literally shoot somebody just for walking in their front gate, regardless of whether they're a cop or not.
There's something else to be said, right? Is they're openly discussing selling weapons on Twitter during this speedy swap. For reference, this is a big part of why the Marshall exemption came out. I saw that twat. I called up Lang and I said, "What the fuck is this shit?" For me, there's been a very clear line, right? Live your fucking life. But the moment you start to act as a communion of collective illegality, now the line's crossed. With that poster effectively stating, "Hey, we are selling guns at this collective trade fair." It's no longer, can you really look at like that sort of thing cannot be looked at as a one person did something. That's are you guys giving him authority and space to be doing this? Does that kind of make sense?
I just know there's a lot of aggression, particularly between, as you would call us, the local PD and the Babylonians. If we could reduce some of that aggression, it would give more breathing room for UC ops in order to get more information. So, if and when a formal procedure, charging procedure against individuals or the group or collective of the Babylonians happens, we have further evidence that has been gathered from UC operations.
3 of them murdered someone last night.
What?
By the way.
Oh. What?
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Myself, Jong, responded to a call that McNulty made. 2 sort of incidents sort of like interweaved because, you know, shit. Everyone wants to be a state terrorist nowadays. Ultimately, we received a call about some shots over at by Buccaneer Way. Leaving from those docks was a black boat. Leaving from the same direction, we were following what was a white boat. So it's unclear whether it's 2 situations or 1 situation. I don't know. But anyways, we got there pretty quick. There was a dead dock worker. Things had been stolen out of a crate. Merchants Guild coin was left there, almost like as a marker, like we did this shit. Note that there is the Merchants Guild in New Babylon, but then separate but related to the grander Merchants Guild out of Cyprus. Long chase ensued, eventually leading to the apprehension of 3 of the 5 actors, 2 of which had weapons coming back hot to the murder scene. The primary murderer, in other words, the one that had a bullet that was on top of, you know, the body, was not recovered. I spoke with my contacts in the state. Given the circumstances that had transpired, the individual that they had shot up was non-San Andreanian, so we opted for manslaughter as opposed to murder. These motherfuckers out there killing for shit.
I was
if
just
they
reading
stole some
that.
shit, are they gonna go sell that shit separate? You know what I mean? What if they about to sell that shit today? You know what I mean? They fucking just murked some motherfucker, took a bunch of shit out of a crate. Now they're about to sell it.
Yeah, we're gonna need UC up then.
Need to put a statement in there, Brian.
You know, let me get some rest first, all right?
We have an idea where they're selling.
Doesn't stop,
the guns
does it?
on trade day.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
There's like a back room that's visible from the outside
Yeah, so
at certain angles.
the hangar on the island, if you go in the hangar, there's like little kiosk stalls on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, and towards the very end of it, there's a big metal wall and a ladder on the side of it. You can climb up the ladder, get on top of this like metal box at the end of the hangar, and then go down another ladder. I watched Sebastian do it. You go down another ladder, and then you're inside this like metal walled off room. But if you come down the ladder, you can like see there's a few cracks in the metal plating where you can see into it, and you can see like a big crate of what looked to me like class 2s.
No, there's no EMS report about me getting fucking pile drove. Or PD report.
I think I saw a command report about it.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It might be a different one. It's happened twice now.
Oh.
Opal Press, Oxby, Strawberry.
No, that's the old one. There was one
That's
yesterday.
the old
as well.
one. Okay, I don't see a command report.
It's
about the one
fine.
yesterday.
It's fine. She stopped. I'm just surprised nobody. A lot going on. There's a
You.
lot going on.
All right, so do we know who's gonna help Bobby with this court case?
Oh yeah, I'll speak to Bobby a bit. Then I mostly want to have a look at the. I mean, Smith saying this is a problem. I mean, I might just try and get it dismissed outright.
He's not gonna be able to deal with this in court on his own if he goes to court.
No, we need to make sure that like he's doing very little there. Like he'll probably need to give a statement, but other than that, like he's not responsible for any of this. He's actually on behalf of the BCSO.
My immediate thought process would be getting maybe someone like Maeve. I'd get you in as an expert witness on SOPs and why we're doing that to show that he had acted in good faith in the standard procedure of an officer, therefore was protected by qualified immunity. And then I'll just riddle her for all of the disobeying.
I'm pretty sure it might get scheduled for shift 2, so maybe someone from shift 2 might be better for that.
All right, yeah, somebody who's paramount or involved in writing SOPs majority of the time.
There's also been a lot of complaints recently of people getting searched post-murder into the ICU. I had a 30-minute conversation in regards to that with someone. I told them that people are too used to getting wearing lotion. People are soft.
Yeah, we had someone complain about that. I think they were going to try and do legal proceedings. We had a command report about it. So basically, it was Karen Shiro. They were all informed that the person that was in ICU that they were allowed to visit was in police custody. The doctor informed them that they were going to be searched if they went in. That is a requirement. The officer then informed them collectively that they would be searched, and were they okay with it? And as a group, the majority, but not all of them, said, yes, we're okay with it. He then went through all of them, searched all of them, and then when he got to like the last one, he was like, I'm going to be searching you at this time. And as he started to search, they went, I didn't give you consent to search. And he went, oh, I'm sorry. Do I have your permission to search
Jesus,
you?
fuck.
And they went, yes, you have permission to search me, and then tried to start a case against him for illegal search.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, and this might be a 10 when it should be a 7. All these fucking pussy wannabe terrorists crying about their fucking civil rights and shit is a waste of energy.
Yep.
I think we need to petition the state, not the state, like the government, right? Fucking legislation to make these things clear so that these dumb fucks understand that it's fine, because without it being clear in like legislation, it just gives us way too much of fucking headache.
Honestly, sir, I think that was a 5. I think you could have gone much harder on that.
Oh, yeah, I kept dialing back as I was speaking.
My response was much more aggressive. I was like, fucking Karen fucks coming up just trying to find every little fucking thing. Yeah, I needed to speak to the Chief Justice about FOIA thing, because they keep FOIAing every report. Kaneshiro that has been in the past 4 months, and they do it repeatedly, over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's some pussy shit. I mean, like, stand on business, pussy. But I will say that I think from like a legislative perspective, one thing that has been, I think, grossly negative with some of the simplification that's occurred is like, oh, it's simplified. I now have to read less, even though I don't read anything. Is certain things, certain protections, certain clarities no longer exist. At least in clear writing. And when you have it in clear writing, it protects our people. You and I can sit here and be like, we have the legal right to do it. But when it's not like explicit, or there isn't enough like case law getting derived out, the problem is that we are subject to having to do more in the event one of 100 cases like results in this. You know what I'm saying? That's why Sanders is doing it. That's why fucking Bailey's doing it, because it's given them room to fight these, fight for inches.
We just get stuck in this conversation about how it's simplified as spirit versus the letter, but like we're trying to reduce how much textbooks are out there on the legal side so it is more digestible to the average person around here. But there is a reason that law books are fucking 500 chapters and there's 40 million of them and 13 different case laws for the same thing.
100%.
Yeah.
I think a good way to think about it, in my opinion, we have simplified the letters, but we have significantly in turn increased the overhead.
Mm-hmm.
So what could once on some things, and this is why I'm still saying that this is kind of the solution, is those clarities, is I'd rather, and most people would probably want to be able to point to a line and be like, yes, I can do this. But if that clarity requires us having to go to court, and be subject to those clarities, like that's a huge burden. And I would argue this is why a lot of this work that we do, I mean, like detective work, every fucking detective, the few that there are, Maeve, Riker, you know, the few others that whose fucking lives are dying now, they're getting burned.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a good thing for anyone. Damn, so a lawsuit over a fucking search at a cash exchange. That's crazy. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here before I lose my mind.
Yeah, we got interviews now in 4 minutes. Appreciate you, director.